All right, today we're talking about Russia's hunt for a British game changer.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Global War Watch Network. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. That way, you won't miss out on any of our future breakdowns.
So, this all kicks off with a really big claim. Russia says it has taken out one of Britain's newest, most advanced air defense systems in Ukraine. And let me tell you, the implications here are massive. This isn't just a story about losing one piece of equipment. No, it's about innovation, vulnerability, and what this means for the future of military aid.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, was it actually destroyed? Then, what is this thing called the Raven? We'll get into how it was supposed to fight, its surprisingly successful career, and finally, the really big picture stuff, the strategic fallout.
Okay, first things first, the big question. Was it really destroyed? And the answer is yes. Reports are confirming it, and even Kyiv has acknowledged that at least one of these really high-value Raven systems is gone, taken out somewhere near the front lines. And to really understand why this is such a big deal, you have to know just how rare these things are. We're talking only 13. That's it, 13 total units delivered to Ukraine. So when you've got so few of a specialized piece of kit like this, losing even one, well, that's a massive blow, especially for an air defense network that's already stretched incredibly thin.
So what exactly is this Raven system? You know, the one Russia was so determined to track down? Well, it's a pretty fascinating piece of gear, a really unique solution that was basically invented out of pure necessity for what's happening on the ground in Ukraine.
It's what experts call a hybrid system, and you can basically think of it like military-grade improvisation. It's like engineers grabbing proven, reliable parts from totally different systems and mashing them together to create something brand new, to solve a very specific problem, and fast.
And the mix of parts here is just wild. They took the AIM-132 ASRAAM missile, that's a super sophisticated weapon that's supposed to be fired from a fighter jet, right? And they slapped it onto the back of a tough, all-terrain Super Cat truck. I mean, that's some serious firepower from the air combined with the speed and get-out-of-there agility you need on the ground. Pretty clever stuff.
But here's the real genius part, the secret sauce, if you will. The Raven doesn't use radar like a normal air defense system. Nope. It finds its targets using passive infrared and electro-optical sensors. What does that mean? It means it doesn't ping or send out any signals. It just listens and looks. This makes it almost invisible to Russian anti-radar missiles. It's designed to be a ghost on the battlefield.
So, you have this really innovative design. How does that actually play out on the battlefield? Let's talk about how the Raven was engineered, not just to hunt, but maybe even more importantly, to survive.
The key here is just raw speed. That ASRAAM missile, it flies at more than Mach 3, 3 times the speed of sound. That incredible velocity is what lets it catch some of the deadliest threats out there. Think fast, low-flying cruise missiles, the kind of stuff that can sometimes sneak right past the bigger, slower air defense systems.
And this whole setup allows for its #1 survival tactic, something crews call shoot and scoot. Picture this. It's on that nimble Super Cat truck, so an operator can launch a missile and then floor it, relocating in just a few seconds. And that is absolutely vital for dodging the inevitable Russian counterattack, especially from those nasty Lancet loitering munitions. Now look, even though its career was cut short, the Raven had already built up a pretty impressive track record. It didn't take long for it to prove just how valuable it was.
Ukrainian forces have credited the system with taking down at least 2 Russian cruise missiles. Now, 2 might not sound like a huge number, but trust me, knocking down even one of those things is a massive win for any air defense system, especially one that's brand new to the fight.
And we're not talking about easy targets here. The list of confirmed kills includes a KH-101, that's a long-range strategic missile, and a KH-59, another really dangerous weapon, not to mention various drones. This just goes to show you, the Raven could hit the heavy stuff.
And this really gets to the core of Ukraine's thinking here. From their point of view, just one of those cruise missiles could destroy a building or take out a power station. So if you can stop even a single one of those strikes, it's worth risking a high-value asset like the Raven. The potential reward is just that much greater than the risk.
Okay, so let's pull back from the front line for a second and look at the bigger picture. Why does the loss of this one system matter so much strategically?
Well, let's just do the math. When you only have 13 of these things in the entire country, losing one is a nearly 8% drop in your total capacity for this specific job. For something this critical, that's a painful loss.
This loss also kind of confirms something that observers, like U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, have been pointing out. These new Western weapon systems are being hunted down relentlessly. The moment they show up, the pressure is on, and in some cases, Russian forces are finding and destroying them just weeks or even days after they arrive. And an event like this fuels a huge debate going on right now among Ukraine's allies. It's a classic shields versus swords argument. On one side, you have people saying, see, they need more shields, more air defense to protect their cities. But the other side says, this proves they need more long-range swords, weapons that can strike deep and take out the archer before he can even fire the arrow.
So really, the whole story of the Raven, from its quick and dirty creation, its success on the battlefield, and now its destruction, it's like a real-world stress test. It's a test of the West's ability to innovate on the fly, and it's a test of whether these aid strategies can actually hold up under the brutal pressure of modern warfare.
And that leaves us with a really interesting question to chew on. As the battlefield keeps changing at lightning speed, are we entering a new age of warfare? An age defined by these rapid, innovative, and effective weapons that are also, maybe, meant to be disposable. Is this the new playbook?
And that's our look at the Raven system. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you got something out of this breakdown, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, share it out, and of course, subscribe to the Global War Watch Network so you don't miss what's next.
I'd really love to know what you think about that final question. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, all the links to join us on social media are down in the description. We'll see you for the next one.